how can you create a different access levels on the iPad? And by that, I mean that, for example, I, as the owner of the iPad, have access to everything. But let's say I want to share my iPad with someone and I just don't want them to see everything. And there are plenty of tools on your iPad to do that. For example, if there is a specific app which, for example, you don't even want someone else to see or have access to, what you can do is just to, for example, hold down on it and click on require Touch ID or Face ID, depending on your iPad. And this app is going to be like hidden. And if they want to access it, they need to know the passcode or use the Touch ID or Face ID. So that's one option. Another thing is using app limits or using the screen time in general. So if you go to the settings and in the screen time section, you can set up, there are many tools in here, right? So you can set up downtime, which means that you set up a period of time during which only certain functions will be available. Or you can just set up app limits, right? So you can, for example, choose that Instagram can only be used for 15 minutes a day or something else, right? So it really is up to you to customize it. There are like so many different days. You can choose it for different days and the duration can be changed and stuff. So it really is up to you to just customize with it, right? So for example, you can also just turn on privacy and content restrictions. So for example, you might want to disable, I don't know, like deleting apps. You may disable some specific apps altogether. For example, you may decide that you don't want them to like even install apps. And that's how you can manage the access levels. And like you have access to everything and you want to make sure that someone else doesn't have access to these changes, right? So that's an option as well. And of course, to make sure nobody can change the settings here, you can use the lock screen time settings here, and you essentially set up a screen time passcode, which is going to be different from the one you use to unlock the iPhone. So in this case, you can set up all of the app limits, downtime, and restrictions as much as you want, and set up a different passcode for it. So even if you give your iPad to someone who knows the passcode to unlock the iPad, they're not going to have access to this, to like changing any of this stuff. So yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful. If there are like any other ideas you have on how you can improve this or do something about it, let me know down below in the comments. But for now, thanks a lot for watching, hit the thumbs up, and I will catch you in the future.